Just start the episode like that. Well, welcome back, everybody, to Guber Talks. My name's Justin.
I'm Gavin.
It's swallow.
And this big, gross swallow is Gavin.
Getting a drink of water. Inopportune time.
We have another guest on our show today. What is your name, sir?
This would be Bundy.
At this point, are you?
He's not a
guest
guest.
still?
He's just here.
Are you just an irregular?
Are you
host?
a Guber boy?
I'm not a Guber boy. I don't think so, at least.
Guber boar.
Yeah, Guber boars. Nope, I'm just back.
That video still hasn't come out, so nobody has any idea what we're talking about.
Nobody gets that joke yet.
Yep.
But it's it's recording day, and I have nothing to do, so I'm
welcome
here.
back. Yeah. Well, today is Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
Day of the Lord. So let's talk about our favorite Bible verse. Gavin, you go first.
The only one coming off the top of my head is the classic John 3:16. And the reason for that is because the church I grew up going to, where I went to school, it's pasted on the side of the building.
They're big wrestling fans. Isn't that
What?
John 3:16?
It's like a common sign that you hold up anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just wrestling, but you see it at like
That one
baseball
guy
games.
does it. Okay, I don't know wrestling that much. Can we talk about the local wrestling scene here in Davenport?
Go for it.
It's weird.
It's weird. Yeah. Do you know anything about it, Gavin?
No, I know. What's his name? Like the
James.
dude in the who?
Oh, go on.
No, there's a guy in the WWE currently who is from here.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins. Yeah.
Who would you say?
I said Harrison.
Harrison? Like Harrison?
Harrison Rollins. But yeah, not him.
Cut all that out.
No, leave that in. That'd be funny. Could you imagine him with his shirt off? Just
That'd be
wrestling?
weird. I haven't seen him since middle school.
Not even high school?
I don't remember seeing him in high school.
Oh, wasn't he in a band?
No.
Or is this weird?
I vaguely remember you talking about.
In middle
but
school. If you saw a picture, you'd be...
probably. Yeah.
Can we put a
be
picture of
weirded
him
out.
on the YouTube?
No.
Right?
Put it up right
No, I'm gonna
up his
bleep out his
Facebook.
name and
Put up his Facebook picture and you'll die laughing, dude. Ooh, it's funny.
look it up.
Just put up a stock photo of somebody.
Yeah, look up his Facebook.
Just
It's funny.
random.
Some random.
No, put up a picture of Seth Rollins. And we're making fun of that guy. Didn't your sister graduate with Seth Rollins?
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
if she graduated with him, but yeah, she was in high school when he was there at West.
He's friends with my Cammy, so Brandon's wife.
With my Cammy.
With my Cammy. With Cammy, who's my brother's wife. Their family, they're friends with his family of sorts. 'Cause I don't know how they know each other from high school. Which Cammy also knows Gavin's sister. So
Huh. Who the fuck is that?
You recognize him, don't you?
yeah.
There's two people. He's not the front one, is he?
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, it's the guy in the
Oh,
background.
okay, yeah, I remember him then.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
Strange dude.
there is a local amateur wrestling scene here. It's been around for a while.
Yeah.
That's all I know. I don't know a lot about it, but I know James is in it. If you know who that is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him on Facebook in a minute.
Motherfucker's gotta stop name dropping people. I gotta bleep it all out.
Well, it's pretty obvious who it is if we were to say anybody's name.
Well, yeah, but
Let's just refer to everybody as like a very generic name. So Bob from our, from our high school is in it, and he's quite entertaining to watch because it's just all fake.
This wasn't like wrestling in particular, but my dad, he got hired to do the audio and like music for this like kind of like backyard UFC event, and it was at the fairgrounds. And so we got there, and we were setting up, and we were watching the guys set up the stage, and it's just like a metal frame, and then one slab of like wood that they kind of like piece together like a puzzle, and then a thin piece of mat, and we just watched them clobber each other all night into that.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. They had like different weight classes and stuff, but the most brutal fight was the women.
really.
They got the most fucked up by far. Yeah, it was bad.
You should invite me for that sometime.
He only did it once.
Darn.
I mean,
He never went back.
He never went back.
yeah,
No,
I mean,
not yet.
I don't know if they had it again or what. I would imagine that they
I went
did.
to
There's a lot of people.
one of my ex-girlfriends, which I don't know if you guys can guess who it was, but it was a long one. She played rugby for like a hot minute, and it was the most interesting thing I've ever seen ever. Because I just watch her get her ass kicked all the time, and I'm now looking back and I'm like, it was all right.
Yeah, I've never watched rugby.
It's
I
different.
watched that Australian football for a hot minute.
Yeah.
when that was the thing. But
I've watched rugby. One of my cousins played rugby and then now coaches a women's rugby team
That's awesome.
up in Iowa City. So
It's fascinating to watch.
Yeah.
'Cause they just beat the shit out of each other.
yeah, and it's confusing if you have no idea like the rules or anything,
Yeah.
and if you go into it thinking it's kind of like a mixture of football and soccer, which it really isn't.
Yeah,
but
it's different.
Yeah, it's like you go in there and they like one of the things they actually do is grab other team members by like the hips and lift them up to grab the ball.
Yep.
And then like they'll be running and then just kick it, just like
Yeah.
give no shits. And I'm like, what is going on?
I love when they do like that little pile on where they're trying to get the ball
yeah.
or whatever it is, and then like they're all like pushing each other, and then someone at the bottom's like trying to get it out. It's so fascinating. Have you ever been to a rugby match of any
no.
sort? No. It's fun to watch. I'll tell you that. Except for one time, when I was in college, I knew some people that played in the girls. And they were like, "Oh, you should come to a game." And it was like negative 15 degrees out in Cedar Falls, Iowa, where it's like windy as no other. And it was probably the worst experience I've been to in the last, I would say, 5 or 6 years. So it was pretty fun.
I remember I worked it was a Hawkeye football game. It was the game after Thanksgiving, that game. And it was snowing outside when I was trying to serve beer. And I didn't even bother like filling up the coolers because I just let them fill with snow.
I was going to say something about our last game.
Oh, I was going to say something about our first game.
Oh, you go first.
Okay.
First.
Are you done with your...
Yeah,
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
So Justin and I were in marching band at Iowa.
Yeah.
In our freshman year, I think it was our very
first game. I know you're talking about.
It was like a tsunami, like downpour. Like we get in there, it's the very first game. Like all the freshmen, are at. We like run out on there and it's just pouring down. Like we had ponchos on. We ended up having to like hide in like the like not the dugout, whatever it's called, the tunnels.
The tunnels.
Oh,
yeah.
We were like
So there was
hiding in there.
thunder,
Yeah.
and lightning and whatnot.
It was like, and we were sitting there in like the upperclassmen. We were like, I swear this never happens.
Yeah. That was the most fascinating thing because that was my first game, and I don't. Did you do marching band after I left or no?
For 1 year, yeah.
Okay, you did. Okay, so my last game was the next season. It was like against Nebraska, and it was literally like negative something degrees.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the worst experience ever. Mm-hmm. And thankfully, it was my last game. Like I couldn't even play. Like the whole time I was just like,
they didn't let you play?
No, like it was. We played, but like
I thought you meant football.
Oh, no. They're like, all right, get in there, Justin. I'm like, okay.
My turn.
So like all the Susies would go hide in this other room that was like on the other side of where we were initially. So it's like in that corner, and it was just like it was like hot as fuck in there, which was great because we just hung out there the whole time, and we were like, oh, we're gonna go do something. Like we had to go do something for like the water or whatever, so we just hung out in there for like most of the game.
Yeah.
But I remember that just being like one of the worst experiences for marching band. And of course, it was my last game.
That's how it goes, though.
Yeah. But anywho, yeah, amateur wrestling. It's a thing here. We're going to talk about this.
Didn't he open like a coffee shop like just recently?
Who?
Seth Rollins?
Did he? Here?
Like downtown, yeah.
I have no idea.
I don't
I
know.
know who he is
I'm
and
pretty
that
sure
he
he did.
exists, but I have no idea.
Maybe it
what
wasn't
else
him, but I know it was. I'm fairly certain it was
look it
him.
up.
And
But it's weird. I think that's what I was going to say about that. It's very fascinating to see around here, and people take it way too seriously because it's all scripted.
yeah,
Because I saw James one day, and I was like, so that's the whole thing's like fake, right? He's like, yeah, we planned everything out.
Well, it's kind of entertaining in that
Yeah.
I can kind of see how would be fun. I just don't understand how they determine like who
gets what.
wins. and
Exactly.
who-
I don't understand that.
I'm
either.
guessing it's something similar to like a TV series where
Yeah.
it's like a crowd favorite, will be like
Yeah.
boosted up a little bit,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
then
that's
at
true.
some point they're gonna have to get knocked down and have.
Yeah.
What's called like a heel, and like those are the people that are like hated by the crowd, but they
Yep.
end up winning something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Seth Rollins partners with 392 to open coffee shop in Davenport.
Huh. Is it already open?
I don't know because this was written in January and it doesn't
Oh,
say when it opens.
Probably going to be a while then.
I don't know. Either way,
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
There's also a new, I don't know if it's new, but I was driving home one day and I was downtown, and it was, I don't know exactly where, like how to describe where it's at. I don't know the streets that well, but like if you go past the Adler, down a couple blocks, like right before you turn onto, was it River Drive? That you kind of go towards East Village.
okay.
There's a new like pizza place. It's very random, but it looks very new or newer to me because I've never seen it before, but it looked interesting.
I
about
didn't
the
know
local?
there was anything down that way.
Yeah.
No.
Past, well, I mean, there's still businesses past the Adler, but
Yeah.
I'm not aware of any pizza joints. down there.
So, and this week was also Fair Week. Did you guys go to the fair at all? Gavin, I know you're a big fair guy.
Nope, not at all. Didn't go once.
Not even
I
once.
went for 1 hour.
Yeah.
It was all the hour I needed for the fair.
The last time I went to the fair, I went with you, Bundy, and we just snuck in shots of alcohol, and that was it. That was the last time I went.
The fair's fucking expensive.
It is. That's
not
why I
worth
don't go.
$10.
I don't want to go pay money to stand around like a lot of people I don't like.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And
Plus,
parties.
if you're not like I get if you're going to the show or something like that, but if
Yeah.
you're just going for the fair, there's not really much to do. You just walk around in circles for an hour, and then you're like, okay, I've seen the horses, and I've seen the tiger cub like hidden away. Now I'm done.
Yep.
And nobody wants to take a fucking debit card at the fucking fair.
Yeah, I saw your tweet.
I was pissed.
What happened?
Because I went to 2 different places trying to buy stuff, and they're like, oh, yeah, no cash only. It's like, why?
Yeah.
It's 2019. Like,
Get with the program.
I understand, like, you incur a fee, like, whenever you receive a swipe when you as a payment.
Just charge extra 50
Yeah,
cents.
just
then.
make the drink an extra $1, the food an extra $1. That's fine. Now you're not getting anything because I'm walking away from your fucking establishment. I tried to get like one of those long like daiquiris, and then I tried to go to this like taco truck, and they're like, oh no, cash only. It's like, oh, okay, fuck off.
Go somewhere else.
I think the last time I went to the fair was with you when we got those daiquiri things, like
Yeah.
the long ones. But yeah, the fair, thankfully, I think it's over today or tomorrow.
I think it's one more day. It's tomorrow. Yeah, it starts on a Tuesday and ends on the following Monday. I'm pretty sure.
Solomon Grundy.
Yeah, born on a Monday. But yeah, it's when I was there for the little time, it was like same old shit like you'd imagine, just like you know that same crowd, all the teenagers out there, you know, socializing,
Hanging out in the middle
Classic
of all the rides.
fair. Yeah,
I hate carnies.
yeah, the Carney's still just as dirty and toothless as ever.
They freak me out. I'm not scared of a lot of things, and I'm not scared of carnies, but they creep me the fuck out.
Sometimes they'll get belligerent with you. They'll like fucking scream at you to play their game.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll give you a free throw.
Free kisses for this game.
But yeah, it's the fair. It was. We went for Nickelback night, which is the only artist or group that I would have known any songs for, and they weren't as loud as I thought they'd be because I was coming down or I was coming up. Do you remember where Juan used to live?
I do.
Yeah, so I was coming up that street, and I was like, man, I can't hear any music. It's like, are they already over? Have they not started yet? So what the hell? But as probably when I got to the parking lot of like what used to be Old Eagles and where that Papa John's is, Dragon Palace, that Chinese place.
Yeah.
I could hear it then, and I think we heard Rockstar and This Is How You Remind Me, something, that song.
Sure.
Is it that song?
Sure.
Okay. I don't know the words.
But yeah, it was kind of cool. I could tell people were like going crazy in there. So
Yeah. What was I gonna say about Nickelback?
I think it's cool that they bring something.
That's
different.
a big name, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they always have, like, every year they have, like, one big name.
Yeah.
And then the rest are just, like, kind of random country people that some people might know, but most people probably...
I remember last year they were
never
trying to do a vote, and everyone voted for Nickelback, and they're like, oh, well,
Yeah.
it won't happen. And then they're like, oh, guess what? We're bringing Nickelback.
I always vote Snoop Dogg on that thing.
Yeah.
Because they always ask on Facebook. It's like, Snoop Dogg would kill it.
Yeah, you would.
He would do so well. I know it.
Imagine that crowd.
Yeah, exactly. It was
That'd be the most fascinating
Well, it's
crowd.
like, because it's $45 for your fun card or fun ticket, and that gets you into every single show.
I think it's like 55 now.
So it's
stupid.
55.
Yeah, they're expensive.
But still, that's, 7 different concerts that you get to go to.
It's a good price if you're going to go to all of them.
Yeah, if you want. I mean, even if you don't, I mean, how much do you think it is to see Nickelback? Just
It's expensive.
yeah, just
I saw
for a Nickelback
I saw
show?
them in middle school
Well,
with
That was...
that was in
10,
the prime.
15 years ago.
exactly. I saw them with Hoobastank
Oh man,
and Hinder. It was the most fascinating.
Throwback Thursday.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you figure you're seeing 7 shows if you go to
That-
all of them. For
it's not a
50,
bad price by any
It's a
means.
really good price.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're into all that
But
stuff.
I'm not into all
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I
not my
wouldn't
cup
do
of
it.
tea.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to a country concert unless...
Forced to.
unless I absolutely had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I was talking with my dad about it. Just like what artist or what act? Because on their Saturday night show, that's kind of when they switch it up, when they bring like a classic rock band. Who do you think would be like a good? Who would you bring?
If it was classic rock,
Yeah.
Boston.
Boston?
Boston would be.
I think within the past 5 years, like REO Speedwagon was there.
And Poison.
It sounds. Yeah, I remember Poison
was
went.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about
I
that.
went to the
I went
Poison
to-
one.
Same.
Yeah.
I went and saw Leonard Skinner
Did we
for
go
some
together?
reason.
Who did I go with? Not
I
you.
don't know. I wouldn't go with you.
Oh, thank you. It was somebody. I think it was either like Dan or somebody of that sorts. But that was like middle school.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
That was a while ago. So. Damn.
Yeah.
We were thinking about like outside of like classic rock, like 80s rock, like who could do it.
Oh,
Kiss.
Yeah, my dad
I could
said
see Kiss. Yeah.
But I mean, that's still
They're-
pretty close to like
Didn't they
80s
do
rock.
their like farewell, like tour? Quote
Yeah,
unquote?
I think so.
So yeah, they're older. I want to say Gene Simmons is like in his 70s or something.
Yeah.
He's old.
Can you think of anything from like the 80s onward that's not rock?
Not classic. Oh,
Yeah.
not rock.
That would do
I
it?
always thought, or like in the last like year or so, I was like, I could see like Green Day coming because
Oh,
they're not like
I
that
think-
high anymore. They're
You
kind
don't
of like
think so?
no, they've fallen
Really?
off.
I think they're still like
Yeah.
they're a big enough name that if they came,
Yeah.
they would still draw a
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
big crowd.
I think that'd be crazy.
No, I'm saying that they could do it. That's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. I could see
'Cause,
that
like,
happening.
Didn't Smash Mouth do like the Iowa State Fair?
Dude, Smash Mouth was awful.
Wait, did you go to that too?
That's what, I don't know if we went together, but we were both at that one.
Because I went for Bowling for
yeah,
Soup.
it was Bowling for Soup and
They
Smash
were
Mouth.
great. And Smash Mouth was
God.
the worst thing. That's honestly the worst concert I've ever
Yeah,
been to.
like, so
and I've been
the-
to some bad
Yeah,
concerts.
and this was like obviously Smash Mouth isn't popular anymore.
Yeah.
And even back then they were like right at the end of their popularity. You know, it was after Shrek and all that.
Dude, it was awful.
Like yeah, they came out, they started singing, and they did like 4 or 5 songs, and it was just like they sang and then they left, and that was it. And it like the quality was just
it was
shit.
awful.
It was
The guitar. I left halfway through because I'm like, I can't fucking.
See,
deal
like
with this.
in my mind though, Nickelback is like a bigger, more
It's a big name.
well-known
Yeah.
group than like Smash Mouth or Bowling for Soup.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
With
well, I guess
Nickelback,
even back then, yeah.
I think at the
Yeah.
time still. But
I don't like Nickelback. I think since Briley's probably listening to this, Briley likes Nickelback.
that's fine.
He's not gonna listen to this. We know that.
I mean, yeah, the whole Nickelback sucks is just like an internet joke
Meme.
that
Yeah.
it's gone off the rails.
Yeah,
They were never.
that's
that
what I was
bad.
getting to. I'm like, I don't like them that much, but I can't deny that they're good
They
and they're
had some
popular.
poppin' ass songs.
That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
on
And
the
they
radio.
have good songs.
Poppin' ass songs. But yeah, we were talking. It was like maybe like Janet Jackson or
I feel like that's too big of a name.
yeah. Well, it was either they're too big or like they would never show up to a county fair.
Yeah,
Oh,
I could see
yeah.
Smash Mouth coming to.
Now, yeah, they
This
got
fair.
got nothing
Yeah.
else.
That guy probably has a day job.
Baja man.
Yeah, and we were talking about that. It was like there's a bunch of like people who have like one good song, but that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like I don't think the Baja Men have any other songs.
they have a couple. Nothing,
No,
nothing,
they don't.
nothing nearly. They're still touring.
Why?
Yeah,
They're a name where they tour. Not
playing
here.
with the Blue Moose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think of any other specific ones, but there's a ton out there that I think like I would like to go see, but I know
Yeah.
they never.
What about like the Backstreet Boys? Like I don't think.
I think they're big of a name. Too.
Yeah.
I don't think
Well-
so. I think like your late '80s, early
Early
'90s
90s.
boy bands like 98 Degrees or like New Kids on the Block.
I can see New Kids.
I don't think they're too big, and I think they would kill it,
Yeah,
like audience.
and they'd pay them a lot of money to do it. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Because I was thinking like, because I would like if like Blink-182 came, but they would never come to a.
They're on tour with Lil Wayne.
And
Oh, really?
Lil
Yeah,
Wayne
yeah.
was gonna I think one show he just stopped. He's like, "This ain't my scene," and then he got off
It
halfway.
is your
through.
scene, Wayne.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Apparently, he was upset because everyone was there to see Blink-182 and not him. It's like, well, that's what happens when you're an opener. Not everyone's there to see specifically you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like when bands, not necessarily just Blink, but when any band has like local bands open for them, or like smaller
pretty
bands,
cool.
like that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember because Lil Wayne, he came to the Mark a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And there were people from high school who opened for him. I was
Really?
like, wow, this is
Who's your biggest one?
equally impressive and disappointing.
Who opened up for him?
I'm not gonna throw any names out there, but like not people we like knew or talked to, but like you would know them if.
Were they rapping?
Yeah, they were No, they were doing like
Opera.
Yeah, opera.
I've seen like I went to a Fall Out Boy concert and they had I forgot who he was a rapper. He was a big guy. Can't remember his fucking name for the life of me.
Oh, he opened. Who was it? Was it Chameleonaire?
No, that'd be funny. No, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know there was a rapper who was on that tour.
That tour, which is the most random scene ever.
Fuck, because I think my sister went to that.
But
it was the Fall Out Boy one.
Fall Out Boy, Cobra Starship, that person, and then some other.
Sure it wasn't Chameleonaire?
No, it was a bigger. Hold on, I gotta look this up.
I know Mariah would know. It's been so long.
Yeah.
She went to that show. God, who was it?
I went with Dan to that show. That was middle school.
It wasn't like Gym Class Heroes, was it?
I think Gym Class Heroes did open up though.
Okay.
I went to a concert with Briley once. It was All American Rejects and Blink, and they had like some EDM dude open for him. Never heard of him before, but he was like, because we got there, like he started way early, because like we get there, probably like 45 minutes to an hour before like the show, started. Mm-hmm. And we're just hanging out and we hear this music and we thought it was, them just playing whatever from an iPod or something. And we go to our places and we look on the stage and there's this dude in there in like a hat. He's just like bouncing around with like his turntable and stuff. Yeah. It's like the people up in front were loving it, but everyone in the back was like, oh, he's like performing right now.
Oh, wow.
It was
paying him.
It was the Honda Civic tour.
That was the name of the tour?
Yeah, because they had it every year, but with different bands and whatnot.
Oh.
That year, it was Fall Out Boy headlining. I'm going to find out who. Paul Wall.
Oh, Paul Wall? That is fucking weird.
Yeah. Oh, okay, it was Paul Wall, Cobra Starship, Academias, and speaking of Blink-182, Plus 44, who is Travis and Mark.
Yeah.
So everybody
they had like 4 bands.
Yeah. They had that, Angels and Airwaves, and then Blink. And then they had another separate band that was it was Blink, but they just did different songs for some strange reason.
Yeah, I never understood that.
Yeah, because like Green Day did that too, where they had another band, a different name and everything.
Yeah,
and they similar style and everything, but they just played different songs.
Yeah, I get if one person in like a somewhat bigger band, like 4 or more, like one person goes and has another project with some other people. But yeah, Blink, it's like a 3-man band, and when 2 of them are in a different group, it's like just call it what it is. Yeah,
call it awkward.
It's weird because Tom has been in and out of that band, and now he's out again. It's like
that. Yeah, that's fine.
That's whatever. He's crazy. I think he's back with Angels and Airwaves, or he's doing something else producing wise. But whatever.
I never know.
They were gonna come to Cedar Rapids a year or 2 ago, and then they ended up canceling. And I was gonna go to it. I didn't buy tickets, thankfully, at that moment. But then like a month later, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're canceling because of something. Somebody was hurt. I think Travis."
He's always got something going on.
Yeah.
Those shows are definitely worth it. And they're a fun, like, out of the rock and punk genre, they're a fun group to watch because Travis is insane. And, like, the concert we went to, he didn't do any, like, spectacular stuff, but I know in some, like, venues, he'll, like, strap himself to his kit and he'll be, like, levitating over the crowd while he's playing.
I think
it's
they
pretty
did
cool.
something like that with Fall Out Boy. Because I saw that tour twice. So I saw it in Moline, and then I saw it in Chicago. Because I think there was a different band with them or something like that. So I was like, fuck it. It was good.
Have you guys ever been to Warped Tour?
Yes.
No.
I've been twice.
I've never been, but
it's done. Like last year was the last year apparently.
Valoria wanted to go because she's like a total scene kid on the inside, and it saddens me.
Why? It's good
gross.
Stuff. It's not gross.
It's gross.
It was a joyful phase. There's some good stuff out there. Granted, a lot of them are done, or they suck, or they're different bands now.
Yeah.
So what's Warped Tour primarily? Like, what kind of music is it?
It's mostly like anything, not like current, but like old Hot Topic-y bands.
That's what I
so
figured,
like,
like
like
Chemical
Fall Out Boy.
Romance.
Yeah, like those are like big headliner bands. But like, I think Bowling for Soup was there one year when I went.
I would not categorize them in the same as...
Yeah, not really. But
like the Academy is, Breathe Carolina, like a bunch of like screamo bands too.
Yeah.
So it was really fun.
Who does Valoria likes? Falling in Reverse?
Yeah.
Is that one?
That's a band.
She's a white person, man. Don't ever let her fool you, man.
She'll get you.
She is marshmallow white on the inside.
Yeah. So what was that?
Someone came in.
Somebody's here to murder us.
Well, these are our last words. But I liked it a lot. The only thing is trying to see all the bands I wanted to see because there was like 8 different stages you had to go
Yeah,
to.
that's a problem with any of those like big, not tours, but
Yeah.
festivals, I guess.
Yeah.
What you call them? Same with like Lollapalooza and all that.
which is
That
this weekend.
was insane.
I
I
wanted
went
to
to
go this year.
Lollapalooza. It was crazy.
Lollapalooza is crazy because it's not just like rock or punk or something.
yeah,
It's like rap
everything.
and metal and like
It's got to
old.
be everything.
Yeah.
Have you gone?
No, but I've never been like actually to the concert, but I was in Chicago one year
Yeah.
while it was going on, so I could like kind
We
of
should
see
go next
around
year.
it.
If it's a
I
killer
mean,
lineup, we should do
Yeah,
it.
I always check out the lineup, and I went that one summer when Outkast was
yeah.
doing like just a whole summer festival run, and so I caught him there. But that probably will be the last time that they ever perform together, which sucks. But
Yeah.
I'm glad I got to see it. We went and saw Eminem, and Rihanna came out.
Oh, wow.
We saw Iggy Azalea as she was really getting popular.
Yeah. Then she fell off the earth, and now she's back. She's
Yeah,
a new album.
kinda.
So that's pretty.
We saw this one rapper. He was maybe like 30 minutes late, and he performed like 15 minutes, and then there was a fight, so he left.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But there's like a lot of cool, like really good food
Yeah.
vendors and stuff, and they have like a beer garden, it's at Grant Park. I think that's where they have Go Fest too in Chicago.
Yeah.
So it's just massive.
Yeah.
But I want to go. Hopefully the next year's lineup's pretty lit because I want to go. This year I was very tempted to go because there was a lot of bands I liked and artists.
There was some cool people, but it was like,
But I was mostly excited for a lot of the people that were like at the bottom of the list, like a lot of like up and coming people.
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to think if we caught anybody who was smaller. So I don't remember that well. Yeah. We saw, who is it? I think it's Fits in the Tantrums and Foster and the People because we were waiting for either Eminem or Outkast that day.
They kind of came back.
And
recently.
it was good. It was a good show. It was fun. Dancing around. It's hot as hell.
Yeah.
You got to bring your camel back. They have like little stations where you can fill those up. Yeah.
That's funny.
Drop some acid.
Did you?
No.
No, the Camelback.
Oh. Yes.
Nice. I want to get one just exclusively for that.
Yeah.
I always like when I'm working out, like, or I go on my runs on the trail. There's always like a guy that has one of those on, just sipping water while running. And I'm like, I don't know how I could. I don't think I could do
get a
that.
stomachache.
Yeah.
Like even if I'm on the treadmill or something, I'll take some walking breaks and take a little sip.
Sip, yeah.
If I chug or anything like that.
Yeah. I'm not
Quick, I gotta chug this 16-ounce water.
this giant water jug.
I need to throw up in 2 blocks.
There's also an Iowa festival that I saw a couple of people at. Like I think it's called Winterset or
It was Hinterland.
Hinterland. That's what.
Yeah, that's where Mike was.
Oh, this weekend?
Yeah, this past couple
Is there
days.
any headline like big people there?
Hosier.
Hozier.
Yeah, Hosier.
Yeah.
And Casey Musgraves.
I know that name. I
She's
know
on the
too.
list. She won Album of the Year last year at the Grammys.
what song does she have that I'd know?
She wasn't really on top 40 too much. I know her just because
Yeah.
I love her.
I
Why do
know
you love her?
I know the name, but
I don't know.
need to-
She was
Her
on
music or
Yeah, she was on Saturday Night Live. I was like, wow, this is really nice. And it's like country still, but it's not like offensively country.
I'm about to check it out.
offensively.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tony was
The
there
Golden
too.
Hour is her album, that one. Check out that album.
I'm gonna check it out. Check it out.
Gloria. Don't
Check.
listen to this.
Oh, she's
won't.
not on Spotify.
What? No, she is.
I'm only getting playlists of her, not like an artist name.
Oh, what?
Did I spell it right?
Hold
No,
on.
it's with a K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would do it then.
Ooh, I spelled it with an M.
Yeah,
Macy. Oh wait, that's an actual name.
it is. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to any concerts anytime soon. I was looking at Chance tickets,
Oh, okay.
but they're a little expensive.
Yeah, how much?
Actually, now thinking about it, it wasn't the worst. General admission, like the floor, was like $129.
That's not bad.
But, like, for a big name at a big venue, that's not terrible because it was at United Center, which is where I saw Mumford and
Yeah, that's
Brothers.
what
Pilots. Huh?
Mumford and Brothers.
Mumford and
Mumford and
Brothers.
Brothers. Yeah, United Center. That's like Chicago's like premier
Yeah.
place. We saw Beyonce there and Stevie Wonder.
How's Beyonce?
Beyonce is Beyonce. She's descended from heaven to grant us all music. No, she puts on a really good show.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest Beyonce fan. Like, I can appreciate that she's one of the best artists out there right now, but I just don't know a lot of her music personally.
It's insane.
How does Stevie Wonder perform? Because I really like his music, but I've never seen him live, obviously.
Yeah.
He sounds exactly like he does on the recording.
That's
Really?
good.
He is 100% like one of the most talented artists of all time.
I saw Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
and he's old, like old.
I like Paul McCartney's
he was,
old voice.
He's still killing
Old
it though.
man voice, yeah.
Like for a 3.5 to 4 hour show, he was just
Jesus.
kicking ass. I'm like, me at my age, I'd be tired after an hour. Like he's just killing it.
Yeah.
But there are some times where you can hear it, like he's getting
up there.
Yeah.
Stevie, he did Songs in the Key of Life, which is one of his like most well-known albums. He did it like front to back, and then he was like, all right, let's get into the jams, and he just like Sir Duke and like, all of his like most popular songs.
Yeah.
Like,
was it bopping?
Oh, it was crazy.
That's awesome.
It was crazy. But I mean, like you see, like he's got like an assistant like help him out to the keyboard, but he's just like jamming out there.
That's
and, like
on
all of
bitch, I don't care.
like, on all of his old records, he like produced like all of the shit. Like he drum and do the keys and everything.
Cool. I like when artists do like everything for their albums,
and when they're
blind.
Yeah, when they're actually talented.
Because like you remember 9 Inch Nails?
Yeah.
He would
Trent Reznor.
But he recorded every single thing on the album.
Oh yeah.
There's a couple things where people do like horns and whatnot. I just think that's really fascinating. Same with Brandon Urie from Panic at the Disco. He does everything.
Doesn't Phil Collins do that too?
I think so.
I don't know if he records everything, but I know he can play everything.
Yeah,
because he's a drummer, but he also sings and plays everything else.
He's also a musical god of sorts. What are a couple of artists that you guys wish, like, what are your dream artists that you want to see? If you've already seen them, you've seen Outkast, so I know you've seen a lot of people that
just Jay-Z. I think that's
Jay-Z's the one?
Yeah. I haven't seen Jay yet.
Yeah, I'd like to see Stevie Wonder. I've never seen him. He's one of my favorites.
He's getting up there.
I know. I got to do it quick.
Yeah, I don't know if he's touring. But...
I'm not a big concert guy though to begin with.
Yeah.
Like I rarely ever actually go to him, but if he were to come around the area,
it's a different atmosphere. Like if I'm going to see like Stevie Wonder, I can sit back and like clap my hands.
You can actually
like,
listen to the music.
Tap my foot. But if I'm going to see like Kendrick Lamar, I need to be on the floor.
Yeah.
I need to be like jumping around and hitting people.
That's how it was for Mumford & Sons. That's just very.
I wouldn't think so.
They're they're very mosh pit group.
No, for sitting down. Like,
yeah.
everyone was standing, and we're just like clapping. And
I'd like to
our
see
own.
Casey Musgraves. I did because I heard about that show like months ago. I was like, oh wow, she's gonna be there. But I just whatever. I don't care about Hosier or Pantyhose or whatever.
I wonder who else went. I know Des Moines has a little festival too.
Yeah, they
had
have
Kesha this year or last year.
Yeah, 8035.
Yep.
I've gone to that a couple years. I saw Nas there. And somebody else too, but yeah, that's not as big as.
But it's still cool. Yeah,
it's really cool. It's
I went
right in downtown.
I went to Saturday in the Park, which is like the Sioux City one, Sioux City, Iowa. So that's like 6 hours away, and I remember there's not a lot of big names that go there, but it's free. And I saw the Abbott Brothers, and I really like them. They're like a similar to Mumford & Sons kind of band.
Yeah, Nelly is gonna be in Rock Island.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I heard about that.
1 month. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna go.
Did you buy a ticket?
No.
Are you going to buy a ticket?
I mean, I might just like.
They'll probably have him at the door.
Yeah, I might just go there and like hear the music.
I'm fascinated by it. I would go.
Nelly's got fucking jams.
Yeah,
dude.
I know.
Like, don't write off Nelly.
I'm not writing off Nelly. He was featured in an Amine song. So the guy I was playing the other day, he was featured in his first album, which is like a couple years old, but I'm like, oh, that's Nelly.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. That whole album's great.
Nelly, he's doing like the sing-song rapping before people were doing that.
Yep.
Country grammar and grills. Good stuff. Definitely. I don't know if I
Drake! We're going to bring up Soulja.
I would never see Soulja Boy. I remember Chief Keef, this was years ago, but Chief Keef came to the Adler and shit got ruckus there, but there's no way I was going to go see that. Not at that time.
I remember he was recently going to go to UNI.
Oh, yeah.
And then all these before he even got there, people were throwing a huck, like just throwing like his whole like, oh, we're gonna meet up and shoot and fight each other.
I went to see Kid Cudi at Northern Illinois University.
Yeah. Who?
I said it. But that was like in their basketball coliseum, and it just got hot as fuck in there. Mm-hmm. There's all these teenagers who were like, sharing water bottles full of vodka, and people. I've never seen so many people pass out at a concert.
Really?
That's how hot it was.
Wow.
I think it was
I would like to see Kid Cudi.
It was incredible. Yeah. It was after, I think, Wizard.
Ooh.
Or no, Indica.
Indica?
Yeah, that was the latest thing. So you had both Man on the Moons, maybe the Wizard album, and definitely Indica. But it was.
What's the album
killer.
after Man on the Moon? It's like is it the one that's featured with Kanye? That song I'm trying to think of.
That's Man on the Moon 2.
Yeah.
Copyright strike.
Covers. They don't know us.
Yeah, that was a good show. But yeah, I'm thinking probably just Jay-Z. He does these cool little he could obviously go to Madison Square Garden and sell it out, but he does little private shows at smaller venues in New York.
I love when people do that shit.
Yeah, and
Those
he
are
does
the best shows.
He does the B-sides.
Yeah.
So not like Big Pimpin' or like Dirt Off Your Shoulder. He does like the B-sides, like the classic ones that the fans I'd really love to go see that. He did that probably within the past year or so.
Yeah. Panic does that. And I like Panic. Their new stuff's a little too poppy for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Is it considered Panic at the Disco, or is it just that guy?
It's Panic.
I think
it's him.
Yeah. Well, I think most people just call it Panic.
Panic at the
Is it kind of like Maroon 5 and Adam Levine?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's basically
Because-
Adam Levine
with
and
a
the
band.
Strangers.
So it was the first 4 people. It was Ryan, Brandon, Spencer, and then the bass player because they switched a couple out. So, but there was one consistently, and then they did their first album, which was like the I Write Sins album, and then they did Pretty Odd, which was very different, which I actually like. And then after that, Ryan, the guitar player, and the bass player left. So it's just Brendan and the guy Spencer who plays the drums. And then they came out with that like I'm Ready to Go album.
Oh yeah.
That one was just the 2 of them. And then the next album, Spencer was kind of on it with like This Is Gospel. And then after that, it was just Brendan. And then Brendan did Death of a Bachelor and this new one all by himself.
Do you remember The Used?
I do.
Are they still a thing?
I think they were at Warp.
Oh, really?
For the farewell.
Yeah, because I remember them back in like mid 2000s, and then never heard anything from them.
They had
since.
a good album. They had one good album.
Yeah.
With like that Pretty Handsome Awkward. Or
Yep.
whatever.
They had Pretty Handsome Awkward, and then there was one. It was like The Bird and the Worm or something like that. Yeah.
That was a good song.
Those were like their 2 big ones. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the scene at Warp Tour.
Okay.
So that kind of scene.
Makes sense.
The height of middle school Hot Topic music times. So, what about you, Gab? You said Stevie Wonder. Is there anyone else you would want to?
Not that I can think of. I like.
You've seen Blink.
Yeah, I've seen Blink, and I'll go see them again anytime. I like them.
Is there anybody who's dead you would like to see?
So yeah, Avenged Sevenfold's drummer died years ago, and like
him a
he
lot.
was fucking insane
Yeah,
on the drums. I'm like, I would love to go see him live. Obviously, can't.
Well, that and I like his little renditions of A Little Piece of Heaven. Where he does this little, because he's the guy who does the
scream,
whatever it is. Those words. I'm gonna mean it.
Yeah.
That song is one of my favorite. That is my favorite Avenged Sevenfold song.
It's
Hands
good.
down. That's a good album.
It's a long one.
It's like 9 minutes.
Yeah.
When was it? When I went in Des Moines last week or the week before? I don't know when it was, but I listened to that and I was like, it's so damn good.
Yeah.
Throwback. They're still making music.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yep. They just, I don't know if it was this year or last year, but they just came out with like another album.
Yeah.
So a lot of bands recently have been coming out with albums out of nowhere. Like Sum 41 just released a new one.
It's the thing to do, kind of.
Yeah, come back.
But it's just weird that it's all happening like right now. Like because within the last month, I think 3 or 4 bands I've listened to in the past have all dropped an album.
Do you know who came out with an album?
Blink? Well, they did, but it was like 5 minutes long.
Test Drive.
Oh yeah,
We're back.
We're back, baby.
Hello Goodbye.
Oh really? I didn't hear them.
It's just him, the lead singer. So they had their like whatever I like where we are, that album.
Oh yeah.
And then after that they all kind of like broke up and it was just him. I can't think of his name right now. He did another album after that when we were in college, and then recently he just dropped a random album. Which actually it's not too bad. It's very like it's very modern, like that style.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Yeah.
Like Sum 41 just dropped one, and it's not really like their older stuff. Although the last few albums they've dropped have not been consistent. They've like each one has been kind of trying something new. Like one was like really heavy and dark, and then the next one was a little poppy.
Chuck?
Yeah, no. So Chuck was like dark punk, like it was still punk. This one I don't remember the name of it. I know the album cover, but it was like it wasn't heavy metal, but it was a lot heavier than normal.
Yeah.
It wasn't my thing really. But yeah, the one they just dropped a month, maybe 2 months ago, it's got a lot of like pop essence to it, but not like pop music. It's just like pop punk. Yeah.
That's how every band is now. They're trying to like get in with the times, with the style, which is understandable because you you know, sometimes you have to evolve into what's going on.
Yeah.
Rock music isn't on the radio anymore.
What?
Rock music really isn't on
No,
the
it
radio.
really
it's
isn't. Yeah,
not.
that's
What's like the most rock song on the radio?
Yeah, I was
right
trying
now?
to think about that
Like-
the other day. It was like
And-
Nickelback used to kill it on top 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, like any rock music that's on the radio is just like a sample in a pop song.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like if Taylor Swift samples, some Boston
this feels
song.
weird saying, but I think of like the last like actual somewhat rock, which it's kind of poppy, is like 5 Seconds of Summer, because they have an actual band. And
Or Maroon
stuff.
5 even.
Yeah.
They're closer to rock than any of the top 40 right now.
Exactly. So, which kind of sucks because like I like having variety when it comes to the top
Yeah.
40 or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know, because like back when we were in middle school, like Green Day was on there, like Nickelback, like
Yeah,
all those bands.
All those, yeah.
I mean, you had like your Usher and your whatnot
yeah,
too,
yeah.
that, like
It
even
was-
it out.
yeah, it was a
It
mix.
felt more of a mix than it is now.
Yeah.
Your Jason Derulo.
Granted, I still love the new shit. I like a lot of
Yeah.
new songs, so I'm not gonna bag on that.
I'm hit and miss. I don't like Billie Eilish. Or that her
Yeah.
her super popular song right now.
She's
What is it called? Bad
Bad
Guy or
Guy.
something? I can't stand that song.
It's,
Yeah,
I've never heard it, I don't think.
What?
I don't think so.
You
I don't
never heard
heard
it?
I
It's
don't only
all
listen
over,
to
like,
92.5.
She's like a girl Tyler the Creator, more mainstream though, and little bit
She's
less
weird as shit.
Yeah,
she
they're-
looks like she's just perpetually like
they're
high
weird.
and drunk.
Yeah.
But she's like 14 or something.
Yeah, I think
Yeah. Oh, I get it.
17 maybe. Something like
I don't know.
that.
She's young, but
She's
I
very
definitely
young.
don't like her new. I haven't really heard much of her other stuff, so maybe the others
Yeah.
good. I don't know, but Bad Guy.
I
is
like
not my
Lizzo.
thing.
Yes.
Lizzo's
I'm
fantastic.
all about Lizzo.
Did you
Yeah.
watch her Tiny Desk?
No, I did not.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
very good. I recommend Tiny Desk for any artist because there's some. I think what's his name? I can't think of his name. Auto-Tune dude.
T-Pain?
T-Pain.
T-Pain's
T-Pain was
a
on there.
gem.
Yeah, he did a Tiny Desk
Great
and it was
guy.
great.
He was supposed to come to Iowa one year and then he didn't.
He
He
did.
was
Remember that?
there.
Yeah,
Was he?
I saw
Yeah,
it.
he,
Yeah,
was, he was there for
Okay.
a homecoming show.
yeah,
Yeah.
I went.
Okay, because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember
I
You were
was
there.
Mhm.
Miller was there.
I remember there was a big thing about that though.
Yeah.
I obviously didn't go, but because I remember like he was announced and then he like canceled or someone canceled
Yeah.
him, and then I guess he must have.
Who was the
come back.
guy the year before?
Mike Posner.
Mike Posner.
Classic.
He actually put on a good show.
Yeah, yeah.
That was surprisingly good. And then he kind of fell off the earth, and then he came back with that. Got that single. Maybe like
Yeah.
was it 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah, I took a pill in Ibiza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's like the only
It-
one I know.
Well, it's crazy because like the original version of that song, it's like acoustic. It's like the most chill shit. And then the remix got like Grammy nominated.
That's fantastic.
That happens a lot. Not the
Yeah.
Grammy nomination, but how the remix becomes like the super popular one,
Same with
and then
Sam
everyone.
Smith and
Yeah, and then-
Disclosure or whatever. Or
That was the original version.
it was, but then it came with the acoustic version, and the acoustic version's much better.
No,
I'm about it.
that
The only time I like acoustic version better than the original is if it does come after, because then it's just
Yep.
like I know the song, now I get to hear a cool or a calm version of it.
Yep.
But if it's like acoustic and then like pop or rock or whatever it
Yeah.
is, then usually I'll like the other one. The
There's an
second one better.
artist by the name of John Bellion. Have you heard
Yeah.
of him? Fantastic. He just came out with a new album this year, and then recently he did a bunch of like acoustic, different like acapella, like different variations of them, and then he released them all on like their own like recorded, and he released them on Apple Music, and they are fantastic. They're better than the original, in my opinion. I love
them out.
him. I want to see him. I think he's one of the main artists I want to see right now, which I was very tempted to buy a ticket for him recently, but
I can only think of one acoustic song because it was John Legend. He did a Tiny Desk concert, and it was the acoustic version of "Made to Love." It was so good that I downloaded that video, just an audio
Just to watch
file, and I cut it down to just that song because it's so much better than the original. Like the original's got like a bunch of like weird reverb,
Yeah.
and, like shit going on, but yeah, those tiny. Have you ever seen the Tiny Desk?
I have not. I'm gonna have to look them up.
It's like a special series that NPR does where they have a guest on and they do a couple of their songs, and like T-Pain, he did like acoustic, like
Yeah.
buy you a drink and shit
recently Sesame Street did one, and it was
Weird.
adorable.
like that. Yeah.
Did Childish Gambino do one?
No,
Oh, okay, because he did something like
Similar,
that.
yeah.
That I'm thinking of.
Chance the Rapper.
Chance Rapper did it. Tyler the Creator, Amine, Hobo Johnson, if you know who that is.
No, I do
No,
not.
it's garbage.
You know who it is.
It sucks so bad.
Their Tiny Desk is actually decent.
So
So,
bad.
but Lizzo just did one.
Yeah,
and it
I saw
was
that.
fantastic. I love her though. She's good
She's a rapper and a singer.
and a singer. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's got a voice.
Yeah.
Because when she was doing Tiny Desk, she was just fucking railing away.
Was she doing just her songs?
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah.
Remember 303?
Oh my god.
Every day, because I'll run. If I run on the treadmill, sometimes I'll just do 3 miles, and then right when I'm done, it's at 3:03. So I was like,
Oh, okay.
let's do it.
I thought you meant like that's what you listen to when you run.
Oh no. They tried coming back.
They're weird.
They're
because
weird.
Now I don't know anything about their personality, but weird as in the sense where they don't come out with anything, and then they have a song featuring Katy Perry.
Yep.
It's like, where did this come from?
Yeah. Which it was the same song, but they just added Katy Perry to it. That was their first album, the one album.
It was just a remake, but
Yeah.
I like the original better. But I'm not a huge fan of Katy Perry. She's dumb.
She's a hit or miss.
She's just mentally stupid.
Yeah, she's weird. I actually like her new song.
I haven't heard of her.
I don't know.
I liked Dark Horse.
Speaking of,
Yeah, I was
Dark
just
Horse,
about to say. Speaking
Yeah.
of,
she just this past week she lost a lawsuit because this Christian rapper Flame.
Oh, didn't
Yeah.
he say like she stole a bunch of stuff from?
Well, it wasn't the
just
bunch.
the riff, like
The
the
riffs.
main like.
Did you listen to the?
I
both
did.
of them?
It was all over the news. It is very, very similar.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
at the same, it's like I've heard arguments both ways where it's like it pretty much is like ripping straight off that, but at the same time, it's like this dude is like a very small
Yeah,
artist.
I'd never heard of him.
Yeah.
He's like a Christian rapper.
So he's suing her.
He did.
He did, and he won.
Yeah.
How much did he get?
I mean, it'll probably just be like a percentage of the royalties or something.
I was gonna say. I was gonna ask if he gets any cut of Dark Horse.
I would think it'd be backlogged a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because I don't know if he wants a cut or if he wants like just a flat like I don't know 20,000 whatever it is rate.
What would you take in that situation? Would you take the royalties or just a flat out here's a bill?
I would just take the bill because like
you never know.
well yeah and yeah especially with like the royalty unless the royalties I get that backlog and it's like millions of dollars then I take that.
yeah, I would take royalties.
But my only thing is like royalties. It's like, well, it's like, what if she just, stops playing on the radio or something
Yeah.
like that? And it's like, obviously Spotify and like sales, you'll still get some, but
At that rate, I don't know what she would.
yeah, real quick.
Yep.
I just Googled it and it says the TMZ headline it says it'll cost her $550,000, which probably isn't a whole lot to her, but to that guy, it's probably a bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably good for a little
Yeah.
while. On TMZ.
Yeah, but for me, it would totally depend on kind of how much it is and what it is.
Yeah.
Because at the same, it's like if I want to continue making music and I want to get popular, I don't want to be known as the guy that sued Katy Perry. Like I don't want that to be the reason why I'm popular.
Well, I mean, he's like a Christian artist, so I don't think his main goal is to be like world famous like Christian rapper. It's probably just to like spread the good word through raps.
Have you listened
Is
to
it
Christian music?
Have I ever?
It's not great. So I will say Christian like music, like the music part is generally pretty good. But as far as like the word, lyrics and like Christian rap, it's like that's not.
Ooh, Christian rap.
That's not my
Who was it? One of the American Idol winners, early American Idol winners, is now a Christian rap artist, and I can't remember his name.
Clay Aiken,
No, it was one of the. He was like a big guy.
Ruben Studdard.
He was in Scooby Doo too.
But yeah, it's one of the guys. Like I remember watching. I don't know what I was watching. It was like a VH1 of some sort. And then I went to like one day I was checking out the Christian channel because I was like, I'm fascinated to see what's on here. And he was on there, and I'm like, this is awful. Like so I would play at my mom's church every once in a while. It's been at least a couple years, if not 3 or 4 years since I've gone. But we would play music, and I would play bass, and literally majority of the songs are 4 to 6 different chords, and that's about it.
As far as like church music, that's
it's
different than what I was talking about, like
boring.
Christian rock.
Well,
That's like
too.
usually the music it's pretty good. Like it's something that you can listen to and not hate.
But that's what I mean. They do a lot of like recent Christian songs.
Oh, okay.
So it's just very boring.
For about a year and a half, I played drums at my church, and it was awful because throughout that entire time we did maybe 3 upbeat songs where it was actually fun to play. Everything else was like hymn music, and I'm like, how do I play drums to this? Like I'm in a church that's like 90% 90-year-olds. Like so I'm just sitting there going
With an electric.
No, it was real.
Okay.
It was real, which I was fine because then I could play super quiet. But it's like sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give this song a jazz feel. So I'd like do a little jazz beat. And I'm like, that didn't work.
Oh wow, that was I'm going to hell now.
It's like I apologize to everybody.
Have you played anything recently with your drums? Or not really?
I mean, just like messing around,
Sitting around.
yeah, because I'm in a like an apartment townhouse thing now, so I can't
do as much.
I can't go crazy. But I have pads on my cymbals, and then I've got silent heads.
Yeah.
So which from the next room over, you can't really hear anything.
Okay.
So I get to play on that, but it's just not the same.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
I just,
start
like-
messing around with stuff here pretty shortly.
Yeah.
Because my friend Dan McVeigh, he makes a lot of music. He lives in Colorado now, but I was just talking to him about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, use this program. It's free. It's awesome." So I was like, mess around with it.
Yeah, I just got this new interface. So I would like to try recording drums, but I need a space I can do it loud.
it.
Yeah, because like I technically could go in my garage, but I'd have to soundprove the hell out of it, and then tell my neighbors, be like, hey, for the next 40 minutes, you're just gonna hear a lot of noise.
Yeah. So enjoy.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to think what other musicians I want to see. But yeah, Christian music. It's different. To each their own.
I've only ever heard like your youth group like rock band.
that's basically what it is.
Pretty
yeah.
much. Yeah. You've got it right there. I can't. This is switching topics. I can't stand. There's nothing wrong with Christianity. Like, it's whatever. I'm not.
can't
but
stand God.
I just don't. I don't want people thinking I'm just railing on Christian media. But I can't stand Christian movies. Like, they're just really like badly made.
Oh yeah.
Really bad actors.
Yeah.
It's really corny shit, and I'm just not about it. Like, I don't know.
You don't like Mel Gibson?
I don't think Passion of the Christ
counts
as
even though they show it all the time.
It's like it's about Christianity, I think,
Yeah.
but it's not like
in the like religious circle.
It's
It's a
not like-
very big like
It
that.
is.
There are
That's-
these. Oh, what are they called? There's like a whole series of them. I'm trying to think of the name. It's something with
Behind.
like God or something like that. It's like
God's Not Dead.
yes, that's it.
That's it,
There's
yeah.
like 8 different movies of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're on 3, but I think they're probably gonna make another one. It's like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Which I saw that movie. It wasn't the worst thing I've seen, but it wasn't by any means up to good quality.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the better Christian movies I've seen.
Well, it's a good. Yeah,
But-
it's because big, studios aren't gonna throw a ton of money at that because
No,
well,
it made a shit ton of money though.
probably for what it
is.
was.
Yeah.
But yeah, like big studio, like obviously like Disney and then
Yeah.
like Universal and stuff like that. They're not going to be throwing a ton of money for big budget religious films because they're not going to bring in a lot
Yeah. So
compared to other ones.
But at the same time, I mean, if you can make one of those for like, $8 million and make 80 million,
Yeah, I
wouldn't
mean,
you
might as
do
well
it?
do it.
Yeah. That's what we're saying. Like they have low budgets compared to other
Yeah.
movies. That's
Yeah.
why they're
that's why the
usually
quality's not that good. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm arguing or just
Yeah.
stating is that I just think that a lot of the stuff that makes it.
You just want to go to hell.
I
don't
just
you?
want to go to hell. So, I also saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood this
How was
week.
that?
I liked it.
Yeah.
It's a slow burn. I feel like that's a Tarantino thing as of late. He's just very, especially with the Hateful Eight. Did you see that one?
I did not. I've seen bits and pieces, but not
I
the
thought
whole thing.
everyone kept telling me it was bad, and then I saw it, and it wasn't that bad. I was like, that's just really good. There's just a lot of dialogue, and
Yeah.
it's a slow burn. That's how this
it's not
one
one of
was.
his best.
Yeah,
That's
I
one with
like-
Kurt Russell, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Channing Tatum's in it too.
Is
I
he?
think, and Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, yeah, Samuel Jackson's
Samuel
in.
Jackson's in
Everything.
probably 80%.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty good one.
He's in every single Quentin Tarantino.
Is he in Kill Bill?
He's not in
Oh.
Once Upon a Time.
Oh, he isn't?
No.
Ah, fuck.
He ruined it.
I'm not going to see it now.
Well,
he did
you would
the-
have known. Someone would have said something.
He did the voiceover in Inglourious Bastards.
Yep.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was a good movie. I like that.
He's in
That's
Jackie
my favorite.
Brown. He's
Besides Django, I like Django. a lot.
Django's great.
Yeah,
Django's very good.
I need to watch it again soon.
So good.
I think when I first watched it, I was just really tired, and I was like, "Oh, this keeps going." Because there are a lot of times where it cuts, and you think it's over, and it keeps going.
Are you talking about Django?
Yes.
Yeah, same. First time I saw it, I thought the same
I
exact
was like,
thing.
oh my god, this is gonna end.
Yeah.
Because again, I was like exhausted, and I just wanted to go to bed, and I liked it a lot. Don't get me wrong. I think Leo was really good in that.
Mm-hmm.
Which Leo was fantastic in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think he was really good. The same with Brad Pitt. It just feels. It was really good. Like again, it was very not slow, but it was a slower burn kind of thing. There's just a lot of talking as
Right.
per usual, as you expect. It doesn't feel like a Tarantino movie sometimes, though. It feels different, which is good. Where was I going with this though?
Did you
I like
see,
that.
did you see or hear like about the complaints all over the internet, because I guess however many years ago or something, Tarantino said he was going to make 10 movies.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, this is his last one because this is number 10.
He's going to make another one.
Well,
so
and because like Tarantino himself was like, yeah, I'll make 10, but Kill Bill was one movie split into 2 parts, so that doesn't count as
fair.
Yeah. And that's what he's saying.
Same
and then,
story.
But now,
and then people online were like, no, you're wrong. Like they're telling Tarantino
cares?
he's wrong.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like shut up.
Tell him.
yeah, who cares at this point? He keeps talking about, well, Uma Thurman and I are possibly going to make a third one. We're talking about it, which I'm like, what else do you have to talk about with that movie? I liked the first one a lot. Mm-hmm. Second one I liked, but that felt like 2 different movies to me, which is obviously, yes, 1 and 2.
The same movie, remember? What
Yeah,
said?
he literally just said
But like, I feel like the first one there's a lot of action, a lot of like going on, and a lot of violence. And then the second one feels like it's very like slowed down and just very Tarantino dialogue driven. Yeah. But I think Inglourious Basterds is honestly my favorite. Probably because the first opening scene is so great.
Christoph Waltz.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, he's great in that whole thing. Because that's one of those movies where it's like you actually feel uncomfortable watching it because it's like you know what's happening, but you don't know if it's going to happen.
There's a lot of tension.
Yeah, exactly.
That and
the scene where he's eating the pie or whatever.
Yep.
And because it's like he knows who she is, but he's not saying it, and she's like freaking out, and then you're sitting there like waiting for him to pull a gun out or something.
Yeah, that part, and then when they're in that basement, and I think it's in France or whatever, where it's Michael
Fassbender.
Him and there are some other. I don't know if she's American or what, but she was acting like a German soldier.
You're talking
She's
about
acting real German.
No, but like
she
about,
was the shootout scene?
Yes,
okay,
that scene. I love that scene because there's so
Yeah.
much tension and whatnot, and they're just, which I think they all died in that area except for
all the bad,
and then Brad Pitt's character.
Like I'm walking in, they're like,
yeah.
What did he say? He said because he's got that like thick like accent. You say something like, "Is everyone done shooting?" or something like that.
Everybody dead down there.
Yeah, something dumb.
It's so good. I need to watch that. I might watch that tonight.
It's good.
I'm in a mood for it.
My only problem with his movies is they're so long.
Yes.
It's like I can't just turn one on and like relax.
Oh, that's what I was going to say about Once Upon a Time. It felt like it was a lot of moments. Similar to Pulp Fiction. You know, Pulp Fiction, it feels like, to me personally, there's a lot of like, here's a thing, here's a thing, here's another thing.
Yeah.
There's not like a whole like coherent story. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. But like with Once Upon a Time, it just feels like it's just one day in Hollywood and there's doing like different little things and that's it. But there is a really cool scene. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but like it was very Tarantino and I was all about it. It was actually really funny, which like Tarantino, there's some funny moments, especially with Django and the whole KKK part where they're
that was funny. Yeah.
Remember the
I can't see fucking shit out of this thing.
the scene in Hateful Eight where he's talking about like how he got that one dude to suck his dick.
Yeah.
That I was like in the theater, like this is really happening right now.
But yeah, I liked it a lot. I'd go see it again because during it I was like, I don't know if I like this because it's so different. And then at the end I was like, okay, I really enjoyed it because it's a Tarantino movie.
I've got like 3 free like Redbox Blu-ray codes that I've been saving since I got them at Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Godzilla to come out on DVD and Alita to come to Redbox.
And what?
Alita Battle Angel.
I want to see that too.
Yeah.
It got reviews from critics, but there's like a strong cult following of sorts.
Yeah. So I want to see Godzilla and then maybe Rocket Man.
I want to see that.
I want to see it, but I don't know if I need to rent it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But
I'm fine with doing stuff like that on Redbox. It's like $1 or $3 depending on what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's fine.
But yeah, Alita is one. I want to see Godzilla, even though I heard it was dumb. But I liked the first one.
It's
so
Godzilla.
Godzilla's not meant to be a super serious movie.
Oh, Brightburn. I never caught that in the theater.
Oh, that's that like Superman-esque evil one.
The James Gunn film, right?
Yeah, he produced it.
Or he produced it.
Yeah.
But it's like, what if Superman was bad?
Yeah,
or evil.
Sounds dope.
Yeah,
so, cool. I heard it didn't do well and it didn't get really good critical reception, but fuck it, it'll still be fun.
I mean,
I know we talked about this last week.
Don't bring it up then.
I'm so excited for It Chapter 2.
Yes.
I just rewatched the teaser trailer with the old woman.
Yeah.
Like, I just rewatched that like 2 days ago.
She's like,
yeah, it's like you see the back
like a squid trying to walk.
So
and
freaky.
she pokes her head out.
Yeah.
That shit. I love it.
So weird. And then there's that scene like in the middle of it when they're drinking tea and like talking, and the camera just cuts to her and she's just smiling.
Yeah.
Just like she looks like she died, and she's like, "How are you?"
I love the first one. I was trying to think. I'm like, is there any faults to that movie? Because I feel like it's paced out very well. The actors are very good. It's a very good mix of like horror and Goonies-esque kind of a thing. And I think it had a pretty low budget. I don't think it was that they didn't spend a lot on it, and it made a shit ton of money. But
it broke whatever the like opening box office for a September movie. But
it'll break it this year again too. We need to get our tickets for that.
Yeah.
You want to go see that, Gavin?
I don't know.
Why not?
We'll see.
Gavin's a pussy.
You don't like. I don't like seeing horror movies in theaters.
Yeah.
I like watching them at home because I'm a wuss. But I saw it, and I would see it again.
I like suspense horror. I don't like the gory horror. And all that.
What they were saying is that this one's a lot more horror-esque because, like I said, the first one was kind of like a good mix of between the two, and I feel like this one they're just kind of like, well, here's all the spooky stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm all about.
I'm not afraid of anything, so
that's a lie.
But yeah, I mean, I'll go see if it can't be like something that I'm not like. I saw this trailer for some low budget movie. It's got the guy who played Martin Luther King Jr. in Selma. His name escapes me, but it's really African, and it's him and then the girl who was in A Wrinkle in Time, the little black girl. So he plays her uncle, and her family get like badly like murdered, like just crazy murdered. And then like 2 weeks go by and he gets a phone call from his niece in the past, and he has to try to like navigate.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounds it's like a really cool concept. The trailer was like really long, but I'm definitely gonna see that. Yeah. So I think what's that guy from Atlanta who's gonna be in Eternals, the black guy?
Oh, who's also in is he in Get Out? Same guy I'm thinking about?
No, he wasn't in Get Out.
That's a different guy.
Yeah.
I want to see, I don't know what it's called, but it has the guy from Get Out, and I don't know the other girl, but they ended up like somehow they get pulled over by a cop, they kill the cop, and then like it's them on the run the whole time.
It sounds like Get Out.
Pretty much. I want to see that though.
Yeah.
And I forgot, it has a guy in it who looks like Dave Chappelle, but not Dave Chappelle, and I think he's Shocker in Homecoming.
Oh, okay. I know you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking
about. That is. I don't know his name though.
Yeah, but he's in it, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
What are we at with time?
We're at 1 hour, a little over an hour.
A little over an hour. Want to wrap it up?
Yeah, we wrap it up.
Cool. That was a fun talk.
Yeah.
Talk about music, something a little bit different this week. We didn't do the Burger King tacos, which I'm okay with. Our review is they aren't good.
Yep.
Because I've had them. So next week we'll talk about, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Talk about something else.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Or the same stuff. You never know.
Yeah, we might have Bundy here. We might not, depending what he's doing.
I'll probably be busy.
Oh. I get it. All right. Well, my name's Justin.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Bundy.
See you guys next week.